was looking around for some kind of patient, and I basically I was looking and asked the patient, I asked the nurse, I said, do you know where a guado? Do you have a guado? Are you a guado? And the nurse said to me, you shouldn't say that to me. You shouldn't, because apparently in Spanish, does anyone know what a guado means? It means, are you jiggly? So I won't be saying that anymore. Guado. I don't know Spanish. So anyway, I'm relatively I guess some people would say I'm seriously neurotic, moderately OCD, and a little bit of rock and roll. I'm obviously a nervous person. I'm an internist. I think about a lot of things. I worry a lot. So, if you would think about the last 10 years, I kind of think of it as, for me, I mean, people don't know how to refer to what happened in the last 10 years. They call the aughts or whatever. I don't know. So for me, they were the Bin Laden years. Because the Bin Laden years, that's what it was. I was terrified by the guy. So for me, I am thrilled that Obama got Osama. Obama got Osama. So anyway, a nervous story, and I actually had a full head of hair on 9/11. So my worries for the last few years have been they've taken a toll. So at the time I was actually working as a doctor in New York, and so on that day I was working in an office on the east side. My wife was on the west side, and my my father-in-law decided to retire, well, semi-retire, by living on Wall Street. So he walks to work. A 70-year-old guy decides he's going to walk to work. He's living on Wall Street. So we had seders on Wall Street. It's a very odd place to have a seder. So it's 9/11, and as you can tell, I'm a mildly nervous sort, and the world's falling apart. I'm on the phone with my wife, and then the call drops, and I couldn't reach her, and I was besides myself. I didn't know what to do. So I'm freaking out, and I'm so nervous that on 9/11, before 9/11, I had Cipro and gas masks at home and in the office. This is what I actually had. I had Cipro and gas masks at home in the office, and so I'm trying to reach her. I'm panicked. Now, as I told you, my in-laws were living on Wall Street, so they're living on Wall Street, and they heard the planes crash. So I decided, I called my mother-in-law. She has a good idea. She says, maybe she went to dance class. But the thing is, I'm really abnormal. My mother-in-law's standing. She's like literally, there's dust covering her apartment, and I'm worried about my wife, who's 6 miles north of her. I called, call her dance class. So I called her dance class, and as you can tell, I'm not that balanced. So I'm calling her dance class. I call her studio, and I get on the phone, and I said, "This is Dr. Siegel," like they know who the heck I am in the middle of Manhattan. Dr. Siegel. This is Dr. Siegel. It's World War III out there. What are you doing open? And if Judy Unger is in the class, get her. So Judy is in this class with this world famous ballet teacher named David Howard, and in the middle of the class, all he's saying less ballet, more war. No. You say, less war, more ballet. That's what he's saying. Less war, more ballet. So he's saying that all class, and obviously people are in class to distract themselves from 9/11 or whatever was going on that day. So they say over the intercom, Judy Unger, please come to the stage. Please come to the stage. Please come to. So she's thinking, she's walking the plank, going to the phone, because her parents are living right near the towers. They're like, so she gets the phone, I tell her, and I've never spoken to her like this before or since. I said, get home and stay home. So, and so she gets off the phone kind of in shell shock, because she thought she was going to hear some other things, but she's shell shocked, and the head of the studio says, he loves you very much. So she goes home, and then I walk home with all of humanity, and then we spent the day at home in our gas mask taking Cipro. So after I got tired of CNN, we decided to go to my parents' house. My parents are on the the east side, and you have to understand about the east side. My mom, to my mom, the Upper East Side is like Jerusalem, from 59th to 86th Street, and the old city is located somewhere in Bloomingdale's. And when I was a little child, and I would go to when I would go to Bloomingdale's, I'd put on a yarmulke. So it was so we get to my mother's house, and what does she do? She's, I don't know, she's at the hairdresser or something. So the first thing my mother has to say to me is, "Oy vey, what a day I've had. The traffic was awful." So you wonder why I've spent most of my life in therapy. So my in-laws who are dust covered, decide to walk uptown. They walked right past my parents' house, so you can tell there's no love lost there between the in-laws. So for the next year, pretty much, I thought every donut in New York was anthrax, and I mean, I really wasn't well. No subways. And then in addition, and I was on a lot of Paxil. Now I'm a Kaiser, so it's Prozac. It works very well. So then, so the time goes on, and I lost a lot of weight. I've never been able to get that weight off like that again. And we've been trying to figure out why. We call it the 9/11 diet. But the problem with this is that I actually work with obese patients at Kaiser. But the problem is I can't replicate for my patients anorexia by terror. So it's not something I've been able to do for myself either. Although maybe tonight. So anyway, time goes on. I'm still a nervous wreck. Paxil's doing something, but not a lot. And so then my friend is relatively normal. He decides to fall in love. He wants to get married. So 6 months later, he says, he's going to get married. He's going to get married in Miami. Now, if you get it, I'm not exactly a person who probably would be prone to flying after 9/11. So what was I going to do? I said, I'll take the train. So I get on the train, and it's a 26-hour train ride. So my friend is sitting in the hotel in Miami. I'm in touch with him, and he's relaxing on the beach, and I'm on the 26-hour Idiots Express. So it's such an odd group, and I'm trying to tell people, this is not normal. I mean, I've always known I'm a prisoner of my fears, but so everyone said, no, this is totally reasonable to take a train ride 26 hours when everyone's taking 2. So so then this very interesting guy, he says how much the old guy sits next to me, says how much he loves his family, and then he sleeps with a woman in a car overnight on the train. I'm like, okay, this is a great group. And I go to the wedding, very stylish. Everyone flew into Miami from all over the world, and then they're still enjoying themselves, and then I have to get back on the Idiots Express for 26 hours. So then time passes, December 2003, and there's this code red, code orange, code whatever. Remember the codes? Well, the codes meant a lot to me. There was never, I meant a lot. Every day I was like, can I go? Can I do? So it was never code green, ever. I never got a code green. So anyway, it's code red. It's December 2003. So my brother-in-law starts to fall in love with a girl from Argentina. And then the scariest thing in the world happened to me. There's a wedding in Buenos Aires. Now, I mean, I'm not flying. I'm not going anywhere. And so what am I going to do? There's no train to Buenos Aires. So I'm not going to take a 4-month boat. I knew what to do. I wanted to do. I had to go. It's my brother-in-law. So it's December 2003. I get my wife. I mean, somehow I'm losing my mind. We get to the airport and we get our ticket, and then we're about to go on the plane, and I say to my wife, I said, listen, honey, I just want you to know. I want you to know. It's life. Am I gone? I didn't time this. So I say, listen, this is it. I'm ready to go if you're ready to die in it.